It's time for some fishy business. Yeah. We're going to deep dive into my strategy on playing Fishland on Temu. These are the strategies that have helped me win. I don't even know how many times. It's been quite a lot. I'll put up a little scroll through of the things that I've won here. I think. Oh, maybe here. I don't know. Where am I going to sit? Oh, this video is going to be fun to put together. You're going to see some skips probably, or some editing where I put things together, and I tried to keep it all as cohesive as possible, and as concise as possible. I want to help y'all win as many times as you want. There are things that you can do to help yourself, and really, the one thing I can say that's the most important: patience is key. Patience, you know, kind of like Marsha. Yeah, patience. I'm sorry. It's just better to have patience because you're just gonna do yourself more favors in the long run. Hello again. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing great. I am doing good. It's a good day. It's kind of dreary outside and I like it because it's been way too hot. If you're new here, just clicked on this one. Hi, how are you? Let me know in the comments below. If you're coming back, hi, it's so good to see you. I'm glad to finally have this out because I know y'all been waiting for it. And I want to thank y'all in advance for hitting like on this video. So, let's get back into what you clicked on this for. This is my strategy for Fishland. I'll have a link to the game below in the description box. It will connect you with me. But I want to tell you, there's also a community post in our community section about this game. Go ahead, go over there, leave us a comment. You know, we all try to be a community together and play together. So just make sure you read through the post. But I hope my strategies help you. Really, I hope that you can win as many times as you want to. You can spend money if you want. I will get into that perk later, but you don't have to. You just have to be patient if that's the case. Because, of course, they're going to make it a little difficult, you know? They don't want you winning a crap ton of times. Now, they changed the game a lot. So, I've had to redo a couple of these things because they did change some thresholds. And, you know, they've changed the amount of days. When I first started playing Fishland, it was only 7 days. We got 7 days to go to collect our fish. It was like crazy, like fast paced, which I don't mind. I'm competitive. So it was kind of fun. Beat the clock, you know. But it was a little bit easier, and you didn't win as much. You got like one prize, whereas now my game is to the point of 2 prizes and 2 pretty good coupons that I use in conjunction with credits, which I'll talk more about later in the video. But anyway, so let me see here. I wrote some notes so I don't lose myself because I am going to try to post some screenshots and things probably here. So if I look down for so long, I'm so sorry. I write a lot. I need to see what I'm thinking about. I want to also let you know that our games all seem to be different. talking with my husband and my sister-in-law, their games at times would be different than mine. They would have things that I don't, and I would have things that they don't. Usually we all end up with the same things at some point in time. So I'm just going to share what I have. If you don't have those things yet in your game, you may later. I don't know. But if they do pop up, at least you'll know what to do. And I am going to discuss everything that I get currently in my game. Okay, so we're going to start off in the morning. Do this whenever you do your daily thing. But when I'm having my coffee, I usually will open up the game. And before I do any feeding at all, I start collecting all the free water that Temu gives me. And I'll post a screenshot of a list of the rewards that are available to me in my current game. And you'll see what I do on there. Now you'll see there is a reward for spending money. Now it used to be a lower threshold. The highest prize was 800 grams or gallons. I don't know what it's supposed to be. Of fish food for $40 of spending, but they've upped it. And they changed it again. I forgot what they upped the threshold to. I think I wrote that down somewhere else and decided, never mind. Oh, maybe I did. Okay, so I wrote down $60 for the top tier and $50 for the second tier. And I just felt that was too much. That's what I wrote there. It's just too much. But then they changed it again. And now I think the second tier is 40 and the top tier is 50, which that's not too bad. But with that being said, on the spending money part, I absolutely will only place an order if I'm at the highest tier. And if I already have an order that I'm wanting to place or needing to place, depending on what you're getting, if they're Christmas gifts, the holidays coming. But if I have an order that is close to that amount, I will then think, okay, how many credits do I have? And if you're wondering about credits, I will go into credits a little more later because there's a couple things that you can do to earn credits every day on the app. So I'll look at how many credits I have, and then I'll look at my available coupons. And I'm looking for stuff that's as close to 50% off as possible because, you want to save as much money as possible, right? You want to spend as little as possible. I mean, that's why we're in that game. We're trying to win, right? So I go in and I do all that. I see if I have any available credits to earn. I do that. I look and see if any of my orders are going to be late, because if they are, Temu on a specific day of it being late will give you a $5 credit. If I haven't collected all my credits for the day, then I go ahead and do that at that time. So yeah, I just compile all my credits and I find my best coupon. If I do not have a coupon available and I have one that has expired, I will contact customer service through the chat. If you don't know where the chat is, it's usually under the U section, down at the bottom, customer service, and then I think 24-hour support. It's like a chat bubble. I'll usually go in there and ask if they can reinitiate my coupon, and I'll give them the coupon number. You'll see that on I think it's the bottom right hand corner of the coupon. So if you're looking in your expired coupon area, you would see the little tiny like code for that coupon. And then I've never had it where they don't reinitiate the coupon. So that is something that you should know. So at this point, when I've compiled everything, I look to see like, okay, so if I need to now spend $50 to get the maximum amount of fish food, how much am I really going to have to spend after all this is said and done? And then, usually sometimes I can get it down to 0, which is perfect. I love that. No problem. I'll go ahead and earn my extra 800 whatever and put that away. I'm not feeding yet. Don't get excited. Don't get excited. We're not feeding yet. This is all in the morning when I'm drinking my coffee. So, and if I can't get it as low as I'd like it to be, I kind of adjust what I have available to me to get it to where I'm spending what I want to spend, or not spending anything if possible. And if you don't have credits or anything like that, that's another thing where patience comes in. Wait and earn some credits, come in and do those things, those daily tasks that you can do to earn credits. Excuse me. Oh my Lord. Oh my God. Okay. I hope that helped. Not really. Oh my God. So, back where I left off. Okay. So yeah, just get your spending where you want it or don't want it to be. And once you do that, you have, your prize. They always split it. It's never, you get all of it at once. This is where I learned that I should be patient. Because with the 7-day game, there was no patience. There was no time to think. It was just boom, 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 boom. But with this one, I was like, okay, well, let me just hold off. Like, especially if I was close to winning, because I wanted to make sure I claimed all my fish food, because I didn't want to lose any, because I didn't know how it worked. So I would try to gather everything and screenshot it, because if they tried to take it, I was gonna, like when I changed, if I won and I still had some fish food, I was like, I need to screenshot this because I'm going to tell them, like, I spent money. I want that back. I haven't had that happen because it's generally rolled over, which, thank God, which has helped with the patience rule because it makes it even more powerful for you. So, okay, now you've gathered all that, right? Now what I'm doing is, okay, I've got all my fish food today except for mealtime. Don't forget about the meal times. Set an alert if you can. If not, set a little alarm to remind you what time frame to come in, because that's, I believe it's 15 gallons of fish food per meal time, and you get 3. I mean, that's, that's another 4.5 feedings. So, I never, ever skip out on the free fish food that they give you. So at this point, I've gathered all my fish food for the day with the exception of the mealtime, because I'm going to come back and collect that, but I'm going to be keeping that in mind. Then I'm going to look at what daily things they have given to me, right? So that's all on the bottom. That's just like your tasks. You came in, if you use the search bar to find Fishland instead of clicking on the little button or whatever, you'll get another 10 gallons of fish food. You can claim that in that screenshot I showed you. There's also your daily thing and like your reward for the next day that you will be bulking up, and we'll talk about that here coming shortly. and all the other things on the bottom of the screen, like extra water for sharing, things like that, or fish food. Sorry, I was also thinking about Farmland. That's another video. That one's a bit more of a pain. So we've already gathered all that. Now it's time to set up for the next day, because you want to bulk that all up as much as possible. Now, in the beginning part of the game, when you first start a new game, they give you a ton of free little gifts, with things to do. For instance, the daily fish task, and I'll try to pop up screenshots of these things. Easy bonus, the ninja octopus thing that comes throughout the morning, and grow seaweed. Now, I didn't have all of these at one time before. These are things that have popped up in my game recently. I did have like the ninja octopus that came in a while back, and the daily fish task that comes a couple times in the beginning. But after the first phase of that, those usually go away. Like, those are like your big time perks, but they give a good amount of fish food. So again, you're going to pad all these things up. Well, not those, because those are the little things in the beginning, but you're padding up like your daily reward that you're coming in to get every morning. So when I say padding that up, this is when you're going to be starting the feeding process. And I say it's a process because I feel like it's a process. You come in, and I might, if I have a video of the process of the feeding, I will post it over here while I'm talking. And what I'm doing is I am just coming in, and I'm starting off slow. I do one feeding, and then I wait a minute, and then I do another feeding, and then usually that's when the pop-ups start, like feed this many more times in this many minutes for this many more gallons of food. And then it'll be like, feed this many more times for this many more gallons of food. And usually that's kind of in this process is when you'll start seeing that ninja octopus start popping up while you're feeding, and you got to click on him. So don't be rushing through it. Like, only in that one, they give you plenty of time in that first one where they're like, in this many minutes, they give you plenty of time to do that feeding if you sit down and plan on doing this feeding process at that time, because you've already put aside the time for that. And I just do that. I keep doing the feed this many more times, and that's why I say patience is key, because when you're building up when you take the time to build up all your free fish food, you have enough to get through this process. Even better if you're okay with not feeding your fish more than once or twice a day for like a couple days, but you're collecting for those couple days, you're going to have a good stockpile to get through this process. I can't remember how much you need. If I already did the feeding process today. I'll look and see how much, and hopefully I can add it as text in later. If not, I'll let y'all know in the description box. But you have usually enough fish food at that point to get through this process. So I do that. And then by the end of that, you should end up with a good chunk for the next day, usually between 120 to 150 gallons of food. Then at that point, even if I still have fish food left over, I usually stop for the day. I'm done. I just come back in to collect the mealtime rewards. Because to me, there's no point in using up all the fish food, because it's going to roll over to your next game. So it gives you more later. And it just buffers you the next day, through the process. There is a pop-up where you can go against another player for a share of 30 gallons of food. And it's like timed. I don't know. It started off real fast and now it's like 30 minutes or something like that. You can challenge and do one. You can do whenever you want. My advice to you is if you want to do it and you want to try to get as many gallons as possible, okay it during your feeding process, because you're going to be feeding a lot. Now, you could still not win a lot, but you will never win less than 3. So it's free. It's a free 3 gallons of fish food. I mean, it all adds up. So, again, patience, right? You're just building, building. Like, I have a pretty good stockpile, and sometimes I even limit myself, like, okay, well, I don't have very much today, so I'm only gonna go through the process till I hit this amount, because I don't want to go under this amount to make tomorrow easier, if that makes sense. So that's pretty much what I do for the day. Like, that's it. I never ever place an order anymore without going into my game and getting it ready. If you heard that, I'm sorry. Motorcycle went by. I always go into both of my games. I play Fishland and Farmland, and I go into both of them and set them up to get the max amount. So, because I'll know how much I'm spending, and if I have my coupons, because I'm already planning on placing an order, so I've already gone through that whole process of the credits and coupons and stuff like that. So then I just go into the game and see, okay, where am I at on the reward system? If I had done everything in the morning, like, through with my coffee and done my whole strategy, I guess you could say, my whole process, then it should be set to the max. But I always go and look anyway, because I'm just OCD like that. I have to make sure. Then I know if I place my order to come right back into the game. That's important. That's really important. And I should have said that when I talked about placing your order in the game for more fish food. You have to come right back. After your order is done and you've done all the things, like everything has finished, go back to Fishland immediately. Don't do anything else. Go back to the game. And then the minute your game opens, you should get your pop-up that you have an order reward. So you don't want to lose that. If you go do something else and it tells you, you have to come back. So it's in there. It's like in that fine print, If you go and do something else, start shopping, do whatever, just forget about it, close the app, whatever, you're going to lose it. You're not going to get that reward. So it's got to be immediately, right after you're done with your order and everything is said and done, search Fishland, and go back into the game immediately. Now, if you also play Farmland, once you're done in Fishland, leave the game, search Farmland, go right into Farmland. It will give you the purchase reward. So, just a quick little tip. I loved that when I found out. Loved it so much. So, that's important, Go back to these things. If you were due a credit because you went into the credit area that, which I'll show how you get there with a couple screenshots here. It's the Temu exclusive, and you go in there and they have all kinds of things, fun things. They've got coupon bundles. They've got daily credit scratcher. You can win whatever. I don't know. I have 1 credit. And they have an area where you get like an extra 3% off on top of all these other things. They used to have free items with orders placed, but I'm not seeing it. So I don't know if they took that out, because they're also doing the gift boxes differently. And that's another way to get credit. If you're not doing daily gift boxes, do them every day. Search, I believe it is Daily Box 777, I think. I'll put a yes or a no when I'm editing. You search that and it should take you to the gift boxes. And usually when you open them, they come with a little bit of credit, like 2 cents. So it's another way to get some more credit. I mean, it all adds up, you know what I mean? So these are all the tips. Like, it's I try not to be impulsive on Temu. I always sit on my purchases until I have a good amount of credit. Your rewards are returns. Your returns, if you choose to have it added back onto like store credit, then that goes into your credit balance and it also bolsters it. Now, do it. If things don't work for you, they're so good at the returning process. It is not a hassle. I mean, I've had to mail things back, but if they don't work for me, I don't want it cluttering my house, and it doesn't need to go into, my garbage. And if it can't be like donated, or it's something that I don't think anybody would really want, then I'll send it back. Sometimes they have you keep the item and they tell you can do whatever you want with it. At that time, I kind of look at the options. I'm a crafter, so can I repurpose it? Can it be repurposed? I mean, let's be real, sometimes they can. And like there was a black dress that I think I did a haul on it, and it's fine. It fits fine. It's just a little snug for me, and I'm not happy fully with the fabric feel of it. So I returned it. They're like, keep it. And I was like, oh, really? So I'm going to repurpose it. It's going to become something. It's fabric, right? So I can take it apart. Right now, it's still hanging in the closet because I haven't figured out how or what I'm going to be doing with it. Once I do, though, it will be broken down. But yeah, that credit for that dress went into my credits. And always take advantage of that. If you don't need your money back on your original form of payment, then by all means, put it back, in your bank. But this is solely on if you're planning on using your credits to help you win your free items in your games. And this is how I win. This is how I play. This is how I've always played, with the exception of like new things that they add in. I just adjust my pattern of what I'm doing. Sometimes I'm hit in the face with a new pop-up, like, hey, you're gonna here, do this, and more things. That's usually my reaction. Like, I'm just trying to get through this before I'm done with my coffee. But it's always a good thing. Like the raising seaweed thing was a new one for me, and I was so dang excited because after 3 days I got like 370 gallons or something. That's nice, And I think those were 3 days that I didn't even feed at all. I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna pack it up because I'm gonna get 300 there. I was planning on placing an order, so I was just like building my gallons of fish food at that point. They give you so many days. I just take advantage of it. And also I try to pick items this is probably going to be one of the more last things that I say, because I can go on a tangent and it doesn't need to all be like word vomit. But when I am getting free stuff now, I do sometimes, try to get things that I really want. but I also realize that I can lose them because they do give you a lot of time. And I've learned to become okay with that. Because if it was meant to come into my little hands, I would have already won it, or it would have not went out of stock. When it does go out of stock, they do give you the option to change what you want. And by all means, if there's something else you want, find it, you know. Usually I will take the credit. They offer you the credit for the price that I guess it was when you picked it. I don't know. Because it's usually right around that. I don't think they tell you the prices now, but they used to. So I would pick like, you know, a higher ticketed item. Usually I try not to pick like the cheaper things that I'm more okay spending my money on. But I usually take the credit. And again, it's going to help me in the long run, right? To win more items or more credit for more items kind of thing. You know what I mean? Because then the credits are just going towards items that you're buying to win the reward, to win more items. And these items that you're buying are items you wanted, but they're now free because they're a credit from playing the game. Kind of catch my drift? But yeah, so just be okay with losing the item. Now, if you want to kind of keep track of yourself, like I did this with, I'm actually doing this with one item that I am like this close on Farmland. It's driving me crazy. That one is driving me crazy. And I have to wait because I have a reward I have to collect. And I'm like this close to winning, and I can't feed right now because I can't risk. I don't want to potentially lose the reward that I haven't collected. Anyway, so I'm watching the item, which I just looked for it and I put it in my cart and unchecked it so I can see if it goes out of stock. And if I really, really, really want it, I'll try to wait it out. Like if it goes out of stock while I'm playing, they give us so many days. I just wait. Like, okay, is it going to come back? Because most of the time they come back. And there's only been one time that I was like, forget it, and didn't wait and just finished the game, took the credit, and moved on. But that's what I'm saying. You just got to be okay with not winning the item. But, I mean, you'll get the credit for it. So you can keep the credit until it comes back in stock, you know. And then you've got that coupon. If you have the opportunity to be winning the coupons that they've given out, which I think is like $40 off of 100 and 30 off of 100 is what the last ones were, I believe. So those are good coupons. They help when you're spending your credit and you only have like $40 to $50 to $60 credit, and you get the $40 off 100. I think I just did that, and my order was like $10. It was a $100 order. I paid like 10% of it because I had the Fishland coupon and tons of credit. Yeah, so that's it. I really, really hope that helps you. If I rambled on, I'm so sorry. If you have some questions, feel free to ask me in the comments below. I will be more than happy to answer. I want to see y'all win. And it takes a long time, you know. I don't think I mentioned that in the beginning, the collecting of the fish process is super fast. Super fast. Gets you all excited. Like, ooh, I'm going to win. Ooh, I'm going to win. It gets you so excited. And then all of a sudden you get to this one point and it's just like, what happened? It's like you hit a wall. You just, they slow you down. And that's okay. Patience. Patience. It's okay. You'll get there. They give you enough time. Wait them out. Don't let them freak you out, you know? Wait them out. Get your stuff. Have fun. It's a game, right? So, all right, everybody. I really do appreciate you, and I'm sorry this took a little longer than I wanted it to. I just really wanted it to be as thorough as possible. I really wanted to get all of my thoughts kind of put together, and I didn't really want to forget anything important, because it's fun to play these games and actually win some stuff. It's exciting. And I've won quite a good amount of times, and I've won some really, really amazing things. And I will do a video of all of the items that I've won on Fishland. And with when the credits, if I won credits, I'll let you know what I bought with them. So, that's pretty much what I won on Fishland, right? Because I used the credits towards other items. So, all right. I hope you guys have a great day wherever you are. I hope it is just the best. Try to stay positive and enjoy every moment. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.